without giving with button, right? Here you can see that.
Okay.
So here I've created one program yesterday, and there I saw that. Let me check that. I think this is the program. Yeah. Here you can see that here we are not giving any block or something like that. Okay. And here it's getting generated. This is the push button, right? It's the push button. This is push button, but here if you click on this activate button, without going inside, without writing it inside the block, it's even it's working without writing inside the block, right? So I need to check it further. What's the problem? Like some problem is there, certainly some event related or some sequence related or some flow related. Something is definitely there. We are not able to find it out.
Actually, what is set for me in the sense include screen is missing. Include screen is missing. It was saying some error. I tried a different option. Then I thought we have to put the all include. Selection screen parameters and everything in the include. So then I better we will make it as a small one. So I made it in a selection screen big enough block like that. What you put. So then I faced the same thing. So I altered that line number, position, length. So it was working later.
Okay. But here like suppose if I'm going to initialize this, okay.
Sir, if we use your chain operator in the beginning, like selection state here we are putting, then I think maybe
you mean to say that instead of using.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try with that. But both is same, means whether we are going to use the chain operator. Just a second. So this is also not working. Yeah.
Like you said, there is that event issue only. I mean, I think so. Event only it's making issue.
Yeah, some event problem is there. So event based initialization I'm using over here. If suppose this one we are going to use button 1, button 2, it is there at selection screen. Suppose if I'm writing this one under the at selection screen output.
Yeah, no,
Will it work? Okay. So need to find out, if you people also get some time, try to see here it's working, right? Here it's working. I will share both the program. Here we have not given any, this block and all these things, but here it is working. This is the copy from the SAP standard program. You will get this program. Just what you will have to do, click on this push button F1, press F1 on this, and go to this, and then at last the same program I have just copied yesterday, and I was checking why that error is giving. Okay, you have to remove this end of 500 and begin of 500. That's what only I have done. Okay, and it was working good for me. This also you can remove. It is not required. This I can create and all. Okay. Start of selection.
Pankaj, give a small try. What you do, you take that both push button and put in the top of the page. I mean, below the report. Okay. Or below the parameter. Yes.
Say that.
So yes. Yeah.
Here.
No. Below the parameter. Yes. Put it. Then what you do? Both that parameter, push button, everything comes under load of the program, and then rest of the things you put it in the initialization. We'll see what is happening.
Okay, so you mean to see, shall I write here load
Load
of
of
program?
program. Yeah. Just try. I mean, I'm also just trying only.
Okay.
I don't know it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rest of the things, initialization.
Okay, so load of program I have written, and now you want me to
Rest of the things under
this.
initialization.
So from where you want me to write initialization?
Yeah,
After the selection
above data.
here, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let us check. Okay, this is not working, but this
Mm-mm.
is a good try. Like that only you'll have to do something.
Mm-mm.
And if I am going to remove and give over here the start of selection.
No. That's also keep it in initialization. Okay, we'll see, because that may be assigning the name of the button, right?
Now here, no, actually just I compared over here. So what I found that
Okay.
only the start of selection under the, but this is not the actual.
Mm.
Here under the
Yes,
initialization,
yes,
this button one is there,
yes, yes.
right? And here you can see that there is no problem, right? Here there is no problem. Here it's working fine. Tables we have given SCR field. Do we have to give this screen and these tables over here? Okay, it's telling already declared. Somewhere it's already we have declared. Yeah, it's already declared. Okay. Yesterday also in this program itself, without even giving the block, I was able to activate. But I did again something and I forgot like what was the changes I have done. So
Yeah, this only what you did is right. Actually, you put it in the block, it will work. Within the block, it will work.
even without the block yesterday, I was also doing
That
some,
is
yeah,
selection screen big enough line something you have made it or something.
begin of line. No, nothing I did. Just I, commented this one and it was working fine. I did
Then you you
no
comment one button will see whether that.
sequence of event. Just I changed sequence of event, but I forgot what I've changed. Two times initialization is here. Any other people is having any other input, something like that? Here it is telling error when generating selection screen 1000 of. So when it is generating the selection screen, at that time it is unable to generate the selection screen. That's the problem. Okay. So when it has to generate the selection screen, at that time it is not able to generate the selection screen. So if you just compare over here, just help me to compare. Here you can see that the push button 210 it is given. So suppose if I'm also going to give push button 210, same I'm just going to use over here. Push button 210. Okay. And user command FC1. Here they have given some another user command. So suppose let me check. And if we're going to give this one like this, and let me do one thing. I will comment completely till here, and after this, here there is no parameter. Okay, is it the parameter is creating problem? Suppose if I'm going to comment this parameter, yeah, now it's working. I think yesterday you can see that when I'm removing this parameter, then it's working. Okay. So p underscore mtar type char for all this thing is that. But suppose if I require the parameter, in that case, it is asking us to put in the block. Otherwise, it is giving the error. So this parameter is not supporting. Okay.
You can give select option. We'll see instead of parameter.
Okay. select options pmod for mara-mdat and tables mara. Here also it's giving the error. So no problem. At least we came to know that this is when we are giving parameter, we are supposed to, or if we are giving select option, we are supposed to put under this block. We must have to write the block. Or if we're getting some another clue, please share with me also. Okay. So here selection screen begin of block B1 with frame title. I'm just going to enable this one and just press F8. And two button we are having, button 1 and button 2. Okay. Yesterday I was using text -001, and then here for this push button here I was using the text -002, something like that. Let me check how it's. Okay, I think we'll have to give button 1 is unknown. Somewhere we are using the button 1. Let me check where is the button 1. Okay, we will remove this one. Check the syntax now. Activate this one. It got activated. So the visible length, we will, let's increase this one. You can see that visible length we have given this addition. So visible length I'm going to make it something like 100, and here also I'll give 100 the visible length. Okay, so now what I will do that I will create a fresh program. I will just copy it. It has been let me check. 100 is too big, maximum is 83. Okay, so I'll give 80 only, and here also we'll give the 80. Save it. Please mute from your side. Please mute, some background noise is coming. Yeah, fine, thank you. So activate. So what we will do that selection screen begin of block B1, selection screen end of block. Now what is the problem? We have even error when generating the selection. Again the same problem it is coming. So let me do one thing. Double click over here, display material, that's fine. Display material based on the, and here the 70, here 104 we have 001, 002, 003. So 001, 002 and 003, that's fine. And now I'm just going to remove this visible length. Maybe this visible length is creating the problem. So by default it will take the length of the text. Okay. Pretty Pinto, check the syntax, activate this one, and this time got activated. Fine. So let it be like this. Visible length. This is creating the problem. So just I have removed this one. I will copy a different program, and there I will remove the unnecessary code, and only the required thing I will. So 32, it's already there. Copy 33. Copy. Go into change, and I will remove all this, or we will keep this at least. It will be little nice. Select option. I'm just going to remove the date code. Okay, so it will look little better. Selection screen escape, selection screen escape. Okay, so here because I'm using the chain operator, here selection screen again is not required to write. Directly we can use the skip. Okay, so views like this now. Pretty printer. So this is fine. Initialization, under the initialization this code is there, that is okay. Just remove this one F4 int. Let me check if some value, that is fine, that's okay. Let's make it simple. So what I'm trying to show you over here at selection screen, we will keep it. Okay, fine, good. Pretty printer, check the syntax, some error is there, if it just okay. So here, if say you come at selection screen, right here, if, that is fine, activate it. Okay, just run this program and display material with, let's arrange it. So 2 to we will give for this 2 to maybe 10 to 40 or something like that, and here also from 20 to 40, and here also I'll give 20 to 40, so it will be properly aligned. Okay, check the syntax, activate it, got activated, press F8. Now it is properly aligned. You can see here I want to give a simple F4 help so that I can get the data, or if you know already we can directly put. So what I will do, that I will use the check table option. Okay, and directly I will pass it over here, mara hyphen mtart, right? So mtart is having the check table, some t table was there starting with t, so from there it will start taking the data, right? So here these are the possible material type we are having. Okay, we can use the FEIT because a lot of FEIT material is there. FEIT means finished. Okay, so if you are not able to find, you can click on this small triangle button and here you can type the FEIT. Click on this. Okay, you can see that you are able to find. Now my requirement was, when I click on this display material based on the selected material, it should display the data on the next screen. But the problem what it was happening, that if you click on this display material, it is triggering the at selection screen, that is fine, right? That is fine, but it was not going and printing the data. It was not coming to this particular, from start of selection itself, it was just returning back. Okay, it was not going ahead. Due to that, we are not able to do. So by default, SAP tells that if you press F1 over there, right, on the push button, and if you try to read the documentation, so whenever you face some issue or some doubt, better first read from here, because you will get the, it will be little difficult to understand over here. That's the problem with this documentation. This will come with experience, but at least you can give once try learning from here. If you are able to understand, it is okay, or you can just try to Google it out. Okay, so if you learn that, if you read that documentation, the SAP is telling over there that by default this particular push button is used for a validation purpose, or if you want to perform something at selection screen, for that purpose we are supposed to use. Let me remove this code also, I don't require this code. Okay, now this is good. Okay, okay, fine. So just save it. So Pretty printer, activate this one, activate. So by default, like if you press F1 over here and check it over here, and here somewhere once the event block in at selection screen has been processed, the system usually returns to the displaying at selection screen. That's what it is happening, right? It is going back to the selection screen. Okay. To exit selection screen processing and continue executing the program, either execute or cancel must be chosen. Okay, so somewhere also it is written here that it is mostly, or maybe here the statement creates a push button on the current selection screen. The text on the push button is determined by the content of button. That's fine. Okay, so need to be checked, but somewhere it is written here. So it is generally, at selection screen is used, that means this push button is going to be used mainly for validation purpose. Mainly for a validation purpose it's going to be used. So if you want to do any validation at selection screen, because you can see that when you are going to click the push button, it's triggering at selection screen only this event, and then it's coming out. Or if you want to perform some logic on at selection screen, or if you want to run some code at selection screen, that only you can do over here. Okay, but in at selection screen, if I'm going to write this particular, you know uh, this write statement, it will not work. It will not work. If you check the syntax, you can activate it over here, and if you try to write this, it will not work, because you cannot write anything on the you cannot write uh, like this. Okay, like this you cannot write. Okay, so if you click on this, it's you can see that it is not writing anything over here. Even just give some data over here, click once again and press F6 in it underscore matter, some 526 records is there, right? Here it is going into, right, inside this loop it is going, it is executing this write statement. But the problem what it's happening, that if you press F8 again, it is coming over here, right? That's the problem. So to avoid this problem, what you can do a workaround. Okay, so this is the default behavior, but you have a workaround. What you can do, that SAP suggests that if you are really required to go into the start of selection after this at selection screen in the program, what you will have to do, that there is a standard interface defined by the SAP, which is going to determine the user command. Okay, so what I mean to say that, say that, put the breakpoint over here, and here also you can put the breakpoint, press F8, press FEIT and click on this uh, push button. Okay, and here just to check that psi-ucom, you can see that FC1 is coming. Why? Because I have clicked on that particular push button. Okay, so when user is taking some action, on the push button, then at selection screen event is getting triggered and the control is flowing to here, and after that, once everything is going to get executed, it's not coming over here. You can see breakpoint I have given this breakpoint also, but none of this will get triggered when I press F8. You can see it has come out. But if you press this particular button, execute button, you know that when we click on this execute button, you can see that psi ucom is ONLI. So this user command is going to affect, this is the standard command. System understand that I have clicked on the F8 button with this command. Okay, this psi-ucom command is going to store in the field called a screen field. There is a screen field structure. This is a structure. Okay, so let me check what's the name of a structure. S screen field, actually S screen fields. Okay, so just a second. Okay, so is screen field I have written over here. Is screen fields. Okay, yeah, actually this spelling is not correct. This is the correct. Is C S S C R F I E L D S. Just delete all these things. Go to the desktop 3, SciUcom, and here this one, or double click over here. I have already written. So this particular structure contains, you can see that this particular structure is having one component called UCOM. This contains also the only value, whatever you will select from there, that it is going to contain over here. Okay, so I have selected over there only. This is the function code for that F8 button, right? What I mean to say that this is the function code. If you click on this particular button, ONLI is the function code for the identification of this button that I have clicked. So if I press on this F8 button, you can see that first it is going to the add selection screen. It will go through all the events except initialization, right? So at selection screen it will come, and here you can see that this SciUcom it is checking that it's I have written here the condition FC2, right? And this FCT it is not matching, so it is not going inside, right? So no problem. After the select statement, no data, so that's why it is not going inside, and because we are not having any data, that's why it is not printing. So what I will do little modification in this program. Okay, remove this right statement is not meaningful for us because it's under add selection screen, it's not working, so I'm just deleting. And here is yesterday, as uh, Muthu suggested that we will use this gv underscore ucom as a global variable, and we will put this one. So this was one workaround which we were using, right? And if you press F8, click on this FEIT, and once we are having this SciUcom for the first time, okay, so based upon the command, the data we are going to fetch from the Mara table, right? So if you see that we have display material based on the selected material type, right? Based upon the selected material type. And the second one, we are having display material with material text. So every time we are going to display the data, either what every time we are going to display the data based upon the material type only, but when we are expecting that when I'm going to click on this first button, it should display only material. Okay, it should display only material. But when I'm going to click on this display material with material text, then I'm expecting to display material along with material text. So material and material text we will get from the MAKT table. That's what we have written the code. Okay, so if we're going to select the first, if we're going to click on the first, push button, that means gv underscore ucom value will be stored, and if it is going to become fc1, right? Okay, this is from the MAKT table, so here it's fine, fc2 is fine. One more gv ucom material mara it underscore matnr, this is fine. This need to be executed if, just I will copy this one, I will paste it over here. So material information, when I want material information, I'm willing when we have to we are going to click on the first push button. Okay, So here I'm going to write this, and the second time when I'm going to push on this, click on this FC2 button, it should display the material number and MAKTX both. Okay, so this select query, both select query should be here. This is fine, right? This is okay. So first material number we are going to select and I'm putting over here in this internal table, and then whatever the material we are having for those only, right? So here I have to use this select query because I have to get only those material for which the material type is the selected material type, right? And gv underscore ucom equal to psi hyphen ucom, just I have used this particular a value for the purpose of here. Also we are supposed to gv underscore ucom, actually this I'm supposed to put inside this, and here actually it should be psi ucom only. Okay, I will show you in the program flow how it's going to work. Copy this one and paste it over here. This is fine, and here this is okay, or whatever it is, gv underscore ucom either fc1 or fc2, it should work. Okay, it should work. But the thing is that when we are going to select, when we are going to click on the second push button, it should display us the material and material text both, right? Here if we're going to give this condition true, it will only display the material number, right? So for that purpose, we must have to write one another else if, or like this we can just enable, we have written already. So gv ucom is equal to fc2 and it underscore matner one is not initial. Okay, here also you can put one more condition, it underscore matn, it underscore matnr, right? Psi ucom it underscore matnr1. We'll have to give this one some different table. I'm going to give, or maybe what we can do that we can mark it it underscore matnr. Here we are having only material number, here we are having material number and uh, text both, right? From Mara, here also you put the material number only, right? And for all entries in material number one, but where we are putting the data, no, it's correct. Just a second, it was correct. It's under the it underscore text we are putting, and loop at, it's fine, it's good, no problem. It was correct actually. Okay, it underscore text we are putting the data, and it underscore text is here. You can see that it is defined over here locally. So what's the scope of this particular internal table? Under this event. That's why if I click on this check syntax, it is telling it is unknown. So how to avoid this problem? What you will have to do, copy this it underscore text, okay, and you'll have to create one global variable. Okay, you'll have to create one global variable. So come over here and define one types begin of ts underscore text, and this is going to have matnr type matnr, and then maktx type maktx. That's it. End of ts underscore text, and we'll declare a one internal table over here, data it underscore text type table of ts underscore text. Okay, and this it underscore text is now declared globally, so now there will not be any problem. Okay, so we will use the existing IT underscore text over here, which I have already declared. Just I will put at the rate over here, right? Because that's the above variable. And here now it looks good to me. Okay, incorrect nesting it is telling there is no open if. Let's check. This is for if, else if, and if. Remove this and if is not required. Now check the syntax and now it's fine. Okay, we have already put the breakpoint. I'm going to once again put the breakpoint here also and here also. Press F8, give this a FEIT and click on this display material based on the selected material. When I'm clicking also, and here also. Press F8, give this FEIT and click on this display material based on the selected material. When I'm clicking also, and here also, press F8, give this FEIT and click on this display material based on the selected material. When I'm clicking also and here also. Press F8, give this FEIT and click on this display material based on the selected material. When I'm clicking, we got some value in IT underscore MATNR. So 526 material we got, and this material I want to print. Okay, but unfortunately it's coming out. But as a workaround, what we have done that I have stored, this value into gv underscore ecom, and because we have not come out from the session, the session is still there on the selection screen itself. So our data will be preserved even we have not write any refresh statement or clear statement. So our data will be there in this it underscore matnr1. Okay, so taking advantage of this, I will click on this F8 button. Okay, when I click on this F8 button, you can see that when I've clicked on this F8 button, though sci ucom is ONLI, right? But still my data is there. My data is preserved, right? GV underscore ucom. This big, why it is happening? Because it's a global variable. So global variable in the data will be there. Its data will be there because you are not coming out from the session. So in memory data will be there. Okay, and since psi ucom is ONLI, so the property of ONLI is nothing but you are clicking on that execute button. That means you are pressing F8. F8 is same as a click on execution button. So the property is that it will not come out from the start of selection. It will go ahead. So if you press F6, you can see again it is going into the program and the next statement it is executing. So as a workaround, we are able to display the data, and yesterday also we were able to see this uh, data. But why again I'm telling all this story? Because I want you to relate what I'm going to do on another convenient way. My requirement is not like to first click on this and then click on this. Okay, I don't want to do that. But you might have observed at this point of time that when you click on this F8 button, what it is happening that it is going through at selection screen also, and then it is going to the start of selection also. Both event it is going. Why? The reason behind psi ucom, if you observe over here, psi ucom value is ONLI. Okay, press enter. Okay, so here it's not coming. I don't know why. Just let me do one thing. Press F8 once again. Psi hyphen ucom. Yeah, now it's coming. You can see the ONLI value is coming, and here also this is the standard interface for the SAP program which is going to communicate with ABAP runtime environment. That means ABAP compiler, right? This all code is going to compile by some compiler, right? So that compiler in the ABAP is known as ABAP runtime environment, which is going to run this code. Okay, so that compiler looks the value for this particular screen field. Okay, that compiler looks the value for this particular screen fields. Let me double click over here, and here you can see this screen fields is also psi ucom value is nothing but ONLI. From where it is getting this value? Because I have clicked on the F8 button, so from there it's getting the value here. So if this is having the value ONLI, it will certainly go and move where? It will go to the start of selection and it will move further. It will come over here. Okay. So now if you click on this button and you will observe that what is happening. Uh, what is the correct is screen field? It is SSCR fields. SSCR fields. SSCRFIELDS. Okay, so you can see that FC1 is there. So whenever FC1 is there, it will come out. It will come out. So what I will do that, because we know that when we are going to pass ONLI, it is moving ahead, but that means it is going to the selection screen. So as a workaround, what I will do that here, I will directly pass to that particular structure which is populating at the runtime and which is passing the command to the ABAP runtime that I have pressed FC1, right? So after doing all this execution, what I'm going to do that here, I will pass, this is a field control space. You can see this field, SciUcom field. Okay, here I'm passing this ONLI forcefully. Okay, so that now system will understand, okay, I have pressed F8, right? So system will understand, though I have pressed what? On the at selection screen event got triggered because I have clicked on the push button, but once this command will get executed, once this line will get executed, and on the next statement when system will go, right, system will check that what command it is there. Once it will see that it is ONLI, instead of coming out, it will go ahead and it will suffice our purpose. That's what we are trying to do. Let's do this time. FE item, I'm just selecting, click on this display material based on the selected, and here you can see that some data we got, and here the value is now ONLI. Earlier it was FC1. I forgot to show that one, but earlier it was FC1 because I have clicked on the first push button. Now it has been overwritten by this ONLI. Okay, now it will not come out. You can see that it has not come out. It is going ahead and it is going to display the data, and you can see that it is displaying the data. So this is how, if we're going to do something on the selection screen, this is how you can manage. Okay, here you can see the FC2 because I have clicked, but what I want in case of FC2 and item score MATNR1 is not initial. Okay, so some coding here we'll have to change in order to print the data, but this is fine, right? It is executing and it is not printing the data. The reason behind that, the data is not there, right? The it underscore text, no data is there because our coding is not correct over here. So I will correct that coding and I will show you the material and text it will display. Okay, so when you click on the second button, that is fine, but it underscore MATNR1, this is not required over here. Okay, simply you give this FC2, and here also that here it is fine. If we're going to write, there is no problem, right? Now activate this one, activate, press F8, okay, and give this FEIT display with material underscore text. Okay, now it is coming, right? And you can see that it underscore text, now some data 529 data is coming, and I'm forcefully giving this ONLI. Come over here, and here you can see that now it's coming, and now this time it will display you the material and material text, material and material text, material and material text. It's just displaying, right? Fine. So this I wanted to share you. So this is quite interesting, and another, let's create the another program 34, and I will show you about the reuse ALV list. So ALV, I think the 32 number program already I have written for the, let me go to 32, click on this change. Okay, so we were writing this program for the ALV. Go to attribute, you can see that I have given ALV1, right? Fine. So here, now what I mean to say that, okay, come over here. We have various function module to achieve the ALV. Okay, so whenever you are going to use the ALV, what the benefit you are going to have, that what we were doing earlier, that if you remember, copy this one, and I'll just copy the previous program, so I will not have to write the much code. Okay, come over here and I will mark it 32. Okay, okay, so here what I want to show you, that here you can see that every time we are going this loop and all these things, I'm going to just make it little simple. I'm going to remove now this under this program at selection scan. This is also not required for me. This is okay. This can be fine. Start of selection, this FC1, FC2. Not interested in this also. Okay, so fine, this is fine. So under start of selection, I'm just getting the data. Select what MATNR MAKTX from select MATNR hyphen MAKTX from MAKT into table IT underscore text. We can use directly, right? Add the rate data IT underscore text, and for some particular material type, right? So first I'll have to get all the data into the material, or what we can do, that we can use the inner join, right? Let's use the inner join. So from Mara inner join MAKT on, right? So Mara mtart should be equal to the one which we are going to inner join condition will be material, right? MATNR equal to MAKT MATNR where mtart means Mara mtart. So instead of for all entries, this is also one approach which we can use, right? So Mara hyphen mtart equals to add the rate p underscore mtart. Okay, this parameter. So this is fine. Put the full stop over here. IT underscore text already I have defined, so just use add the rate only to define the, to let the system know that it's already defined, right? If we're going to write the data over here, means it will consider as a new declaration, so that I don't want, right? Here this Matner and MAKTX, right? The Matner is present in Mara and MAKT both, so you have to tell to the system that which Matner, Mara Matner or MAKT Matner, right? Here I'm just going to use the Mara Matner. Either you can use Mara or MAKT, there will be no any problem because you are using the inner join, right? So Mara Matner or MAKT Matner, there is no issue. Okay, so and MAKTX is the single field in the MAKT, so there is no ambiguity. This MAKTX is the field of MAKT table. This MAKTX is not present in Mara. Okay, MAKTX is only present in MAKT table, so there is no problem. Okay, we don't have to tell the system which MAKT. System will understand it is there only in the MAKT table, so it will get the data from there. It's telling p underscore mtat is unknown. Actually, it's underscore. Check the syntax now. It's asking about at the rate. Here you can see I have not given the comma, right? Comma we have to give because I'm using the new OpenSQL. Okay, and it looks good now. Now there should not be any problem. Check the syntax and it is fine. Activate this, activate, and just run this FEIT, press F8, and you can see the data is coming now. Okay, I don't want to get the data displayed in that format using the write statement. So this is where ALV is going to be very handy, right? You can display the data using the ALV. So to display the data, we are having the various ALV function module. The important function module, you know, the most important function module, ALV, reuse ALV list display and reuse ALV grid display we are having. Reuse ALV list display and reuse ALV grid display we are having. Okay, here reuse ALV list display, press F4, reuse ALV, this one, select this one. Okay, click on this OK button. So this is for list ALV. I've just shown you that there are two types of ALV, right? One is list and another is grid. Okay, so for the list you have this function module, reuse underscore ALV underscore list underscore display. So with the help of this ALV function module, you can represent the you can display the data. And for the grid display, here you have the function module reuse ALV grid display. Okay, so only what's the difference? Only the difference is, and here you are having the grid and here you are having the list. Other thing is same. Okay, due to this difference only, there are so many functionality, there are so many other differences will come. Okay, but if you're going to display the list, this is how you'll have to call this one function module. What the mandatory parameter you'll have to pass? The most important parameter which you have to pass is the field catalog. Okay, what is this field catalog? And the another parameter which you will have to pass, the data, right? If you go and check SC16, some table, let us check MAKT, right? You can see that we are having in the list display format, this one. Yesterday we have seen that how we can get the list display and grid display, right? And what's the differences and all we have seen. Here you can see that this is how you are going to get the data. So what you require first, you require content to display, right? Function module will not understand himself that what data you want to display. Data you have to pass, and here you can see the field, you can see this field, these are the fields, different fields you are having. So you'll have to also tell to the system which particular fields you want to display, right? So for data you require an internal table to pass, right? And this field, you can see this field is having some, right, color property, what kind of color, the width will be there. This field position is what, it is at the first position, this matnet is at the second position, this is at third position. So position, right, this is if you want to make it little bigger. So the field for a single field you can have the multiple property. Okay, you can have the multiple property. So here also you will require an internal table for each field. For each field you are going to prepare one structure, like what it should look like, what should be its name. Okay, what should be its name, on which position it should be there. So all this information you are going to put in an internal table called catalog internal table. field catalog internal table. Okay, we will prepare one field catalog internal table where we will tell that which particular column we want to display. Okay, there we are going to tell to the system. Okay, so field catalog is very important, and the data is important. Two important part is there. So let's quickly create the what? Let's quickly create the, and just a second, I'm going to close some session. Okay, this is fine. Another session I can close this one as well. Fine. So here I have to pass this field catalog. These are the two very important parameter. You must have to pass these two parameter, otherwise it will not work. Okay, it will give you some error. Okay, now so int underscore field catalog I'm going to prepare. So I require the data type for this. Come inside this function module, and it underscore field catalog, we will search for that using the control F, or just search simply over here. It is there, right? And the data type for this is this one, slice underscore t underscore field cat underscore alv. Slice is nothing but over here the type pool. It's not like, you know, uh, 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 this slice underscore t underscore field catalog, yeah, has been defined under the slice type pool. Okay, so what I will do that, this type I will use over here to declare my field catalog. So data it underscore fc I will give type, and this is my table type. So simply I'm going to give type, it will become my internal table. Okay, and I will require one work area as well to insert the data into the field catalog type. Like line of I can use easily to declare the internal table of this internal table. All right, control V, that's it. So this work area I prepared, this internal table I have defined. Now if you double click on this slice, it will take you to the slice type pool. You can see this type group, right? And here it is defined. Okay, here it is defined, slice t underscore field catalog underscore alv, right? If you double click over here, you can see that. Again you double click, again you double click, you can see so many fields are there inside this. So like that you can go and navigate, and you can check what are the fields there available. I've defined this internal table, I've defined this work area. Now I'm going to prepare the field catalog. Okay, here you can see that I have two, you know, this material number I have and the material text I have to display, right? And the data is there in it underscore text internal table. So this data I will simply put it over here, that's it, right? This is the generic data type. Here you don't have to think about what kind of data you are going to pass. It must be an internal table. It can have n number of fields, any number of fields it have, right? Fine. Come over here, it underscore field cat. This is the field catalog. For this field catalog, I'm going to prepare now that field catalog internal table, this one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do that, I'm going to modularize this one so it will be a little more readable. Fetch data, I will fetching the data things I'm going to do over here. Okay, control X, come over here and click on this OK button, control V. Okay, check the syntax now. Tables is unknown, that's fine. Okay, we are going to correct that. Okay, so fetch data I have written, and here I'm going to prepare the field catalog. Okay, so prepare field catalog, perform prepare field catalog. Double click over here. Yes, in main program itself I'm going to create this field catalog. So to this work area, right, and this internal table already I have declared, so there is no problem. Here come and start writing the code. So w underscore fc is my work area. First I will prepare the work area. So which field? I want to display the first field. We'll have to give the field name, right? You can see that in this particular internal table, right? MATNR and MAKTX is there. So for this MATNR field, I want to give the column label, right? Column label I have to give. So how the system will identify that this MATNR is the field of IT underscore text, because in IT underscore text we are putting the data with the help of this particular select query, right? So come over here, and here first you will have to give, you can see, just observe here, the C field name, checkbox, column position, data type, all these things is there. So you have to tell to the system which internal table you are going to consider for this field catalog. So here somewhere will be a field called tab name. Okay, this tab name. Okay, select this one, equals to, what is that table name? This is my table name. This I'm going to define the field catalog for this particular table name. I'm telling to the system. Okay, now for this particular table name, which particular field I am referring for the field catalog, right? So here you will be having the field name option, equals to, give the field name. First I want to display the, I'm referring to MATNR. So MATNR of IT underscore text table, I have created the field catalog for this MATNR for this IT underscore text. I have till at this point of time, I have told to the system that please create a template or a field catalog. Field catalog means a kind of template, right? Like a home catalog. When we go into some furniture mall or something like that, they show different kind of catalog. So how your data is going to get displayed on the output screen, that you are going to tell to the system, like which field should be displayed at which position, right? So this MATNR I want to display at the first position. If you don't give the position, by default it will, you know, display in the sequence in which you are going to define the field. Okay, you are going to define the position. So here simply I'm going to give one. First position I want to display this particular material number, and I will append this WA underscore FC to where? IT underscore FC, right? This is for one material number. This is for one field I have done. I'll just copy this code, entire code I will copy. And for another field, which is my another field, I'm having the another field called MAKTX, right? If you see, this is my another field, MAKTX, right? You can see that MAKTX is my another field. So MATNR already I have created the field catalog. Okay, now I have to create the field catalog for MAKTX. So this is for field catalog for MATNR. Okay, now I'm going to prepare the field catalog for MAKTX. Okay, MAKTX. So here IT underscore text table will be same, internal table, right? MAKTX, and this I want to display at the second position. That's it. My field catalog is ready. Copy this one and I will paste it over here. Where I'll have to paste? Here. Control V. Now petty printer, check the syntax, activate this, and it got activated. Run this now. FEIT. Okay, run this, and you can see that your data is coming over here, right? Your data, this material number is coming at the first position. Here you are coming, but here no, here no text is coming because we have not defined any text, right? So how to define that text? So at field catalog level itself, you'll have to define the text for that particular column. Control space, and here you will be having cell text. Okay, so three option it is coming: long, medium, and short. Okay, I'm just going to select the medium. You can define all these three, there is no problem. Okay, so medium, I'm just going to give the same name, Matner, or material also you can give, right? Material also you can give. And here you have the material type. So just copy this one, copy this, Control C and Control V. Here the material type MATTYPE, just I'm going to give it. Okay, so full stop, activate this, activate. Some error is there, let me check what is the error. Expected we have given, right? Save it, check the syntax. Okay, here full stop, we have check the syntax, activate this, press F8 and FEIT, press F8. You can see that now the Matner and material type, so whatever you will give over there, it will come, right? So this is how, and now how nicely it is, you are able to see. Earlier you will have to write the statement, okay, loop at and all these things, all those things like that you will have to write. Okay, so this is one way of giving, one way of representing the field catalog. Okay, there are one more way, directly you can pass the structure name. Okay, directly you can pass this structure name and it will create the field catalog for you. Okay, that we will see tomorrow. Our time is now going to get over. And how to find SC screen fields. Okay, can you please put parameters within selection screen, begin of line? Yes, you can put the parameters begin of line and end of line. That is, we have seen that we have put the parameter when we were designing the radio button at that time, begin of line and end of line. Under the begin of line and end of line, we have put the radio button inside the begin of line and end of line to just display the radio button at the right side and text at the left. Okay, another question we are having, how to find SCR fields, right? So this is the SAP standard interface structure, you can say, which is communicating between your program and ABAP runtime. Okay, ABAP runtime is checking the data inside this SCRFIELDC structure. So how do we found, I didn't understand this question. This is under the documentation, it is given others. This has been given under the documentation that this structure is going to communicate with the ABAP runtime. From there I have seen, from there I have learned this particular things and just I have shared with you. Okay, so that documentation will be there. If you press on F1, no, push on push button, on push button, if you press F1, or if directly, if you don't want to press F1 and you want to search the ABAP documentation, what you can do, /o ABAP docu is the T code. You will press enter, you will go over there and you will have to search for the push button. Okay, and here you can see that you are now getting, and here you will see about the screen fields. Here somewhere it will be there, you can see that this is the interface work area. This is the interface work area. Okay, so from here I found and I did some experiment, then I was able to find out that workaround. Okay, so like that also you'll have to do so many experiment in the real time, because so many things you will have to do at runtime. When you will come across, when you will have to develop some program quickly, you will go to your development system or sandbox system, you will go to SE38 and you can create some test program. If you are not aware about something, you can go and you can create some test program and you can just test it quickly and you can implement in your program, because for you also it is not it's not easy to remember everything. And fine, then we can stop it over here and we'll meet tomorrow. let's go to the assignment part. And yesterday only others was able to share the assignment, other people were not able to do so. It's not good, you know. Other has to also share, at least fresher is supposed to share the assignment on daily basis. This is my expectation. Okay, now I'm going to give this assignment ALV, okay, or using SSCRFILDS, right? This was the you will have to use this particular activity one, this particular screen fields property just I have shown you. So using this SSCRFIELDS, please interrupt the flow, interrupt the standard flow, and using the push button display the data, display the data from BBAP table, any two fields, just you take any two fields. Okay, okay. So using the screen fields, so create two button on the what your requirement is. Okay, let me just copy this one. I have copied already. I will now remove this. Create two radio button over here. Here you'll have to write and display all the purchase order, okay, that's it. This is one radio button. Another radio button you'll have to create display all the materials, let us suppose like this. Okay, and here for this you assign, you know, even if you think it's very easy, please do, you know. Suppose sometimes what happens, we think that it's very easy, but if we don't practice, we forget it very easily. Okay, so even you know that it's very easy, I can do it, you must have to practice so that you will be able to remember it longer. Okay, so display all the purchase orders. Here you can use this PURCH as a function code. This you can use, or you can use your own function code, that no problem, I don't have any problem. Okay, and here display material, here you can use the function code DISM, display material, something like that. So two function code you have to define for both the push button, right? And you know how to define the push button. Okay, once you click on this particular push button, what you have to do, that for this display all the purchase orders, select simple select, put the simple select, select some two field or three field, or no matter if you're going to display all the material also, I don't have any problem. Select a star from EKKO or do one thing, select some five fields, any five fields who take from there. Select any five fields from EKKO table, EKKO, and display. How will have to display? You don't have to use the write statement. Okay, display using ALV, list display, just I have shown you how to display. So for all those five fields you will have to prepare the what? You will have to prepare the field catalog and the data. You have to fetch the data and you will have to prepare the field catalog. So ALV list and display. So the function module name is actually reuse ALV list display, and then here also you'll have to select some 2 fields, 3 fields, whatever, or 3 fields maybe. You can select some 3 fields and display the data. Here you can select the data from the Mara table. Select all the data, no problem. I don't have any problem. Just I want you to learn the concept. Okay, fine. So this is your requirement. You please do this one. Take the screenshot of this. So, and this is actually, and this is your push button on the selection screen. Okay, push button on selection screen. This is also a push button on the selection screen. 2 push button you have on the selection screen. Okay, so basically you are demonstrating the use of SCR fields. You are demonstrating the use of this particular interface. This is the interface between what? Between the ABAP runtime and your ABAP program. That means between the compiler of the ABAP program and the ABAP program. So with the help of, we are going to interrupt the flow. You can do so many experiments yourself. Try doing the experiment if you want to be a real developer. Experiment is the key. Do the research. I'm just teaching you the basic things. Okay. So rest thing you will have to learn yourself. And from the interview point of view, they will ask the question from the basic things only. They will not ask such kind of question from the push button and all. This is just for your knowledge. This also generally they will not ask between the difference between the list and grid. So from interview point of view, this topic are not important. I will keep on telling the topic which is important from the interview point of view. But once you go into the project, this concept is going to help you a lot, and it will help you really very much to be a good developer. Okay, and you will feel comfortable in the project. You will not feel like you don't know anything. You will be able to do so many things. So fine, and let's stop our session over here. If you have any question, you have 1 minute.
Sir, kindly share this presentation also.
Okay, I will share. Who is Aditya? I don't know Aditya. Aditya, can you unmute yourself?